Hello, everyone, and welcome to our podcast. Today, we're taking you to a picturesque corner of the Western Ligurian Riviera between Diano Marina and Imperia to discover a truly fascinating story. We're talking about L'Incompiuta. Imagine a path winding along a cliff overlooking the sea, caressed by the breeze, with the scent of the Mediterranean scrub enveloping you, and your gaze lost in the infinite blue of the Ligurian Sea. Today, the Incompiuta is exactly that, a breathtaking bike and walking path, one of the most beloved and popular trails in the Gulf of Diano. It stretches for about 4 kilometers at the foot of the Capoberta promontory and offers unforgettable views of cliffs, small coves, and hidden stretches of beach, while on the other side stands the vegetation typical of this wild and fascinating coastline. It's an invitation to slow down and enjoy the scenery, whether on foot or by bike, far from traffic and immersed in beauty. But behind this evocative name, L'Incompiuta, lies a story very different from what you might imagine. This route, so idyllic today, was not originally intended to be a tourist trail. Its origins date back to the 1950s and 1960s, when it was conceived as a full-fledged state highway, the SS 449, with an ambitious goal to create a direct and fast connection for automobile traffic between Diano Marina and what was then Oneglia, now part of Imperia. The idea was to relieve traffic on the extremely busy Via Aurelia, which wound its way up the Capoberta promontory, and to offer a smoother alternative that followed the coastline just a few meters from the sea. The construction work on this new thoroughfare was massive. Significant earth excavation and stabilization work were required along the Capoberta cliff face, partially altering the natural profile of the coastline. But soon the difficulties proved to be titanic. Capoberta, despite its magnificence, is a geologically fragile promontory that has always been prone to landslides and rockfalls. Even in Roman times, the Via Julia Augusta followed a route further inland, precisely to avoid this unstable area. And history repeated itself. Despite massive investments in rockfall barriers and continuous safety measures, nature prevailed. Storm surges contributed to eroding the road's foundation, while landslides from above posed a constant threat. For decades, the project was marked by a succession of interrupted construction phases, rising costs, and safety issues that were never fully resolved. Eventually, in the 1990s, it became clear that keeping a road open to vehicular traffic at that point was simply unsustainable. The project was definitively shelved. What was supposed to be a modern state highway never opened to traffic. And that is why, ever since, it has been known as L'Incompiuta, the unfinished. But the story of this stretch of coastline does not end with its abandonment. What had remained for years a scar on the landscape, an unfinished road often closed for safety reasons, has found a new lease on life. Beginning in the 1990s, the municipalities of Diano Marina and Imperia adopted a different vision. No more cars, but slow mobility. The goal was to restore the route and make it accessible to pedestrians and cyclists. Thanks to new and targeted stabilization and safety measures, which continued into the early 2000s, the Incompiuta began its rebirth. Today, the Incompiuta has come back to life in a completely different and wonderful form. It has become a symbol of the Riviera di Ponente, an example of how a failed project can be transformed into a precious resource. It is not just a scenic route, it is also a place of great natural value. It runs through an area protected as a special area of conservation, where Mediterranean scrub thrives and the seabed harbors extensive meadows of Posidonia oceanica, a marine plant essential to the balance of the Mediterranean ecosystem, and its future looks even more promising. The Incompiuta is set to become part of the Tyrrhenian cycle route, a major cycling route that will connect much of the Italian coastline. This will make it a strategic link not only for local travel, but also for slow tourism on a national level, offering a unique experience to those who love to explore the area on two wheels or on foot, free from the hustle and bustle of traffic. So if you find yourself in Liguria, between Diano Marina and Imperia, don't miss the chance to explore the Incompiuta. It's not just a stroll along the sea, it's a journey through the history of a region, a testament to human tenacity in the face of nature and the ability to reinvent oneself, transforming an unfulfilled dream into a reality of beauty and sustainability. A place where every step and every pedal stroke tells a story. See you next time.